chief called on to keep your family safe.
Chief James Craig from Portland, Maine is the new leader of Cincinnati Police.
I'm going to do it just like I do it everywhere I work. I've been through a number of transitions from Detroit to LA, from LA to Portland, and now Portland to Cincinnati. It's not magic. You care about people, you value people, and you work closely with them. So that's what I'm looking for.
Our live team coverage also includes our own interview with Chief Craig. But we begin with 9 News reporter Tom McKee. Tom, Chief Craig is already making history.
Well, Carol, that is correct, because he's the first outsider and the first African-American to lead this 1,057-member force. Now, there were 4 finalists for the job, including Assistant Chiefs James Whalen and Vince DeMasi, but in the end, Craig was chosen because of his professional police experience in Portland, Los Angeles, and Detroit.
I have concluded that the right person to lead the Cincinnati Police Department through the next chapters of its history is Chief James E. Craig.
Those words from Cincinnati City Manager Milton Dohoney Jr. on Tuesday charted a new course for the police department. James Craig has dealt with violent crime in Detroit, gang issues in Los Angeles, and immigration problems in Portland. Now he'll tackle Cincinnati issues of shootings, homicides, and homelessness.
He is not coming to Cincinnati with the mindset that our city is just like Portland, just like Detroit, or just like LA. But he is going to use the totality of his experience and education and knowledge to benefit our city.
In the end, Dohoney said James Craig was the total package to fit the community's desire for an honest chief with integrity and crime-fighting solutions.
It is historically significant that he is the first outside chief. But in the big scheme of things, many cities have had outside chiefs for years. It's just hasn't been here.
The new chief's race was downplayed by Dohoney with a very personal reflection.
When I went to Lexington, Kentucky, the headline in the Lexington Herald said, "City hires black to lead city government." To me, that was a ridiculous headline. Chief Craig happens to be African American. He's not going to be the black chief. He's the chief of police. He will work with the entire community just as I am doing. And that's how I view it.
Now, Assistant Chief James Whalen said in his statement he was appreciated the opportunity to be considered for the position and looks forward to working with the new chief. We haven't been able to reach Vince DeMasi, but Dohoney said that DeMasi has indicated he will support the new chief. And Carol, this new era of the police department begins in about a month when Craig moves into his offices right across the street here on Ezra Charles Drive.
Tom McKee live for us in the West End. Thanks, Tom.